My name is Joe Biden. I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs. You think I'm kidding? I'm not.
See if I can let one go in the mic.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Get that stank all up in here.
Please
Get some Neil Peart all up in you.
Neil Peart?
Yeah, I love you, man. Paul Rudd.
Oh, wow.
Get some Neil Peart all up in you.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, you're back.
I am back, people.
Yeah, she was gone. I couldn't find her, but after weeks of searching, she's back now.
I ran out of money, so I came home to clean bed.
Yeah. We have a monthly scoop because we only put out one episode last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed the mid because you were gone, and it's been crazy lately.
I know. Well, you were gone first.
Yep.
And then I was gone. And then work happened.
Yes, work. Yes, real life, friends, real life. But yes, we are back, and we have your March monthly scoop this episode.
That's insane. March is over already.
Yeah, it's going. Things are moving along this year
God.
already. It is insane. We're 3 months in, 4 months in, whatever, 3 months in.
I am not ready.
Yep. All right, let's start the show. Hello and welcome to the Strive Nation podcast, the podcast where we talk about the monotony of daily life. My name is Cory Estreen, and as always, I'm joined with my constant co-host, Taylor Huff. How are you tonight?
I'm sleepy, to be honest.
Yes, you are. But we're going to power through.
It looks like I can barely keep my eyes open. It's because I got face oil in them. It's not because I'm that tired.
Well, or you couldn't have fooled me.
I'll just peel my eyeballs open.
Yeah, we'll just hold your what is it?
Eyelids?
Like when they try to brainwash and
and like the TV
they
shows.
hold open the eyeballs, yeah.
That freaks me out.
Yeah.
I no likey.
So we got lots to talk about.
We do.
Another thing is the episode that we were really excited about to release that we didn't release because we're so busy. The Races Reversed episode will now be our next episode in the mid-month of April. Yes, it's Races Reversed. We are going to highlight the differences in how the media showcase stories when it comes to different races compared to that of white people. That is what the episode is on.
I think we can all guess what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Not cool for us. Cool for everyone else.
Cool if you're not white.
Yes. Pause the show. Go get yourself a Beveragino.
Beautiful.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking I've never pronounced the brand. Bellavia Bold Pineapple Strawberry. It's Aldi's sparkling water brand.
Yeah, it's the Bella V, and it is bold. You wanna synonymous do the pop?
Oh no.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hey, that was pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah, that was nice.
That took everything in my finger strength to crack that open.
You know, this smells like blackberry cucumber.
Uh-huh.
They're all right.
They're not very flavor. I know people are going to be like, you're drinking TV static. It doesn't have flavor anyways. I like sparkling water. These really don't taste like anything to me.
I don't know. I think they're not half bad. I don't mind them.
Yeah, it's okay. Cory's drinking the blackberry cucumber. I was drinking that one earlier today, but I jazzed it up a bit. I put some frozen blackberries in it and a squeeze of lime. And that was really good.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should have followed my lead, sir.
I'm not that extra.
Oh, I forgot my glass straw.
I think you'll be fine.
No.
Yes.
I'm addicted to these like aesthetically pleasing glass straws.
Before we start the show, make sure that you go right now and follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Strive Nation Pod for all the coolest content on the internet. And for you visual people, head over to YouTube and smash the subscribe button and like every video to show that you care. But first,
Upvotes and downvotes.
yes, indeed, upvotes and downvotes. Ladies first, my dear.
My upvote is we are finally freaking wedding planning, people.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, we're actually making some decisions.
5 years later.
Yeah.
We're getting it done. We've got a number one pick for venue. It's looking like it's going to happen. I have 1,000 questions to ask them. But things are moving and grooving for fall of 2024.
Very exciting.
Yes, that's my upvote.
Right before the election. Got to get it done.
Yeah. With enough time that I can still take off for vacation.
Well, there you just plan it accordingly.
Literally just under the wire.
Yeah. It's like, okay, now we have you for the rest of the year.
That's okay.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your upvote?
I made some excellent NFT profits this week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do tell.
So there's this one called the Dev. Mm-hmm. Should have sold it at top. I didn't. I held it for a little bit because I was curious on what the reveal would have been. But it was very boring. It's basically this scraggly, nasty, like, dude with one tooth. It's like someone you'd find in Walmart at, like, midnight. Someone decided to make an NFT project out of this dude and use him as all of the PR. So, like, and it incorporated a lot of, like, the really cool, like, NFT culture and memes and all of the like, the degen stuff that the Web3 community is used to, and incorporated all that into an NFT project. So a lot of Bitcoin stuff, a lot of WAGME stuff.
WAGME?
WAGME.
WAGME.
Yeah, it means we're all gonna make it.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of just different stuff like that. A lot of GM culture, Dogecoin, all that stuff. It's kind of neat. The point is that I used others as exit liquidity. I minted the thing for free and sold it for a clean 200, so I was pretty happy with that. And then
Nice.
earlier in the week, I minted these packs of trading cards, like digital trading cards, and I'm holding those still, and those things are worth like 300 a piece, so I'm very happy with my trades this week.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, very, very cool. What is your downvote? Let's get into it.
Okay, my downvote last week, it was a chaotic week at work, but I was so exhausted. I would come home and be passed out cold before 7 p.m. Wouldn't eat dinner, and then I'd wake up at like 7:15 the next. Like, I was getting full 12 hours of sleep multiple days in a row, and I did the same thing last night. We went to bed at, I don't know, like 10 or 11, and I slept until 7. I've just been exhausted, but I'm sleeping so much.
You slept until 7? What?
This morning.
Okay, well, that's only 8 hours.
Oh.
I mean, you got you got normal sleep. That's crazy. Oh yeah,
I
you got
just-
lower than you got like average sleep last night. Very
Okay,
nice.
but last week I was sleeping like full 12s.
Wow.
I fell asleep laying on my stomach on the bed waiting for you, and then I crawled half into bed waiting for you, and then I passed out
Yeah, that was only a
with
few
my
days ago.
makeup on.
Yep.
I haven't done that in like
I even tried to wake you
months.
up and you like wouldn't get up.
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah. So
that's my downvote. Not sure what the dealio is.
well, it's not exclusive to you. I think just everyone with work, just grinds, and you need a little bit of rest every once in a while. And that's probably my problem too.
You think so?
Well, you've been hitting it hard with work.
Yeah.
And I as well had the most important walk that I'll ever have in my store. The president and CEO walked the store. Mm-hmm. So I was working like, straight 2 to 12s for like 7 days straight. So it was very, very tiring. And the worst part about it is that's my downvote too, is that I haven't been able to sleep really, with the exception of last night. I slept decently, but I've only been sleeping like 4 hours a night or 5 hours a night, and because my brain rushes. My brain is like overactive, and then I was anxious, so I can't sleep because of that, so it makes it worse. And like melatonin is not helping it. So Yeah, I just can't sleep. So hopefully I'll get.
Maybe we need to get you like some CBD gummies or whatever.
I don't trust the organic weed. Okay.
I don't either. I think it's super. I mean, I've never even been high before, so I don't understand CBD. And
No,
how it
it's
works.
fine. Like it's fine. I'd rather not, but I'll
Medicate
just,
yourself.
Yeah, I'd rather not medicate myself. Right.
All natural, baby.
So cool. But other than that, pretty good, decent week. Decent week for me as well. One step closer to the wedding next year. Just counting down the days, you know.
Woo!
A cool 451 days and 8 hours. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I made that up.
So funny.
I made that up. But
I would be you were saying that and I'm like, we don't even have a date locked in. How
All
does
right.
he know?
Let's move on to the March monthly scoop. There's some good stuff in here.
Yes, sir. You know, I would like for you to start us off telling us about Mr. President Trump.
Mr. Don.
Yeah.
Mr. Don versus Ron. I'm just kidding.
Not yet.
No.
That's coming.
Yeah. So anyways, all jokes aside, Donald Trump goes on Twitter and Truth Social, and announces to the world that he may be getting arrested past Tuesday.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. It's not like it would have happened like that anyways. The lawyers would have found a peaceful resolution and he would have came in clean if anything was honestly I think he just wanted to get a rise out of everyone, because then he's like, everyone go and protest my arrest, you know?
Everyone was on the edge of their seat all day Tuesday. Everyone's staring at their phones being like, is Trump getting arrested?
He wasn't ever going to get arrested.
I know, but we all fell for it anyways.
Yeah, so the whole everyone is probably everyone knows that he was like gonna get arrested or whatever. Media runs with it, blah blah blah. They all get excited, but not many people know exactly why. They think, oh, it was because he didn't show his taxes. Nope, that's not it. It's because of Russian collusion. Nope, it's not because of that. Oh, he touched a girl's pussy. Nope, it's not that either.
Is that just Stormy Daniels stuff again?
It is. So, Bragg convened a grand jury earlier this year as a part of a probe into Trump's role in the hush money scheme involving Stormy Daniels. So, Stormy Daniels was this, actor that Trump had sex with, but, like, people were running it as, like, he coerced her and stuff. Was like, hey, I'll get you on The Apprentice if you let me, you know, just stick just the tip. I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Probe stems from revelations that Trump's personal fixer, Michael Cohen, paid Daniels $130,000 in October of 2016 as a part of a deal he negotiated with her to keep her quiet about the affair during Trump's successful presidential campaign. Cohen was then reimbursed by Trump's company. The payments to Cohen were recorded as legal expenses. The exact potential charges Trump may be facing and the legal theory behind them have not been entirely made public, nor is the extent of the evidence Bragg has uncovered. Bragg's office is reportedly looking into whether Trump may have falsified the business records in violation of state law in reimbursing Cohen. So it's like it's kind of like they're trying to throw textbooks at him. It's like, here, there's a textbook. There's a textbook. You had sex with this girl, and you try to keep it on wraps, and you labeled the payment incorrectly, and now we're gonna nail you for it.
It's not even for having sex with. Like,
no, it has nothing to do with that.
It's for incorrectly coding it.
Right? Yeah. It's like, hey, we're gonna get you on tax law. I'm just kidding.
It's like the smallest technicality.
Yeah. It's like,
could you imagine if the former president of the United States got arrested because they improperly coded something?
Well, it's just kind of funny. Yeah, that's.
Come on.
Well, it's like Donald Trump. He solicited this actress. He forced himself on her. He raped her. Then he killed her. Then he cut her into little pieces. But he's going to jail for tax law on it. You know, it's like stuff like that. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, all this stuff. But it's the tax law. You coded it incorrectly. Like, what?
Like, okay, guys, have fun with that.
I don't know. It's more Trump stuff, and then he's using this whole thing to like attack Ron DeSantis this last month. It's kind of weird. Something with, I don't know. He's been really, a lot of the media as well as Trump himself have been targeting Ron, even though he's not even running.
Ugh.
So I'm just like,
him attacking DeSantis does nothing good for him.
No, it makes him look bad, and he's even like
he needs to back off.
He has these rallies. He's been having these rallies where he's going and like straight up attacking Republicans, and the crowd's just quiet. Like, they're not about it. I'm like, bro, take a hint. Like, this is not your winning strategy here. Like, do something different.
And I endorsed him, and he became like a rocket ship. Within one day, the race was over. He got the nomination. But when you're getting a guy so he gets the nomination because of you, he wins the election because of you, 2 years later, the fake news is up there saying, will you run against the president? Will you run? And he says, I have no comment. I say, that's not supposed to happen. I have no comment. No. So I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
Like, run on what Trump runs best. Don't run on a new thing of, like, attacking everyone.
Yeah.
Like
don't say you're draining the swamp. That's including, like, your entire voter population.
Right, exactly. So, I don't know. I'm not about it. I'm just kind of tired of the guy, so.
DeSantis.
Yeah.
DeSantis. Hoping. Praying.
Right.
Begging.
Okay, moving on. We're going to talk about Bernie a little bit. Bernie Sanders. And we're just going to talk a second because Bernie single-handedly doused himself in gasoline, went in his pocket, took out a match, and lit himself on fire while everyone watched on TV.
What did he do?
So Bernie Sanders was on Real Time with Bill Maher this month. Okay.
Oh, no.
Bernie goes on to talk about Bernie things, socialism, communism, all this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, Bill Maher brings up the difference between equity and equality, and Bernie Sanders can't tell you the difference. He was asked what the difference is, and he's like, you know what, Bill? I don't know.
How would you differentiate between equity and equality?
Well, equality, we talk about, I don't know what the answer to that is. Coming to think of it, equality is equality of opportunity. All right?
Equity, I think, is more guarantee of outcome, is it not?
I think so. I think that's
okay. So which side do you come down on?
Equality.
For someone that touts socialism as like your key proponent, you don't know the difference between equality and equity?
That should be like the only thing you know the definition of.
Yes, that is like your whole thing. Like you've been doing this for like 40, 50 years or whatever, this whole socialism thing. Mm-hmm. You wrote books and you don't know the difference? Like he straight up, he's like, you know what, Bill? I don't know. That's a good question, Bill.
Does he really not know, or he doesn't want to admit that there's a difference?
Well, no, this is where it gets better. Bill actually tells him the difference, first of all. He's like, well, equity is more of like equality of outcome versus equality of opportunity.
Exactly.
And then Bernie nods his head along with it. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, well, look, what side do you fall down on? Straight up asked Bernie. Do you fall on the equality side or the equity side? And Bernie thinks for a second. He says, I'd say equality. He straight up says equality when he's been pushing equity for 50 years.
You're an effing socialist.
Yeah.
Everything you talk about is equity.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how anyone takes him seriously after that.
Funny.
Yeah.
So should we ask Bernie if he's running on the Republican side for 2020?
No, he can't run anymore after that. Like that's like public now. He's done. Like you can't run after that. Like you can single-handedly be taken down by pretty much anyone. All they have to do is say, "Hey, he's lied for the last. Look what he said here." That's it. Like you're done. Like you can't do anything. Like the dude's right. Not to mention.
Turns out Bernie is a hardcore Trumper.
Well, and that's what you can expect for someone who hates capitalism, yet
uses it to their advantage.
Relishes his 3 houses and somehow became a millionaire off being a government official.
His book tour that the closer you sit up to the front, the more expensive the tickets are.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Selling through Ticketmaster of all people.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah. Okay, the big story about this month is SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, and the bank run that happened earlier, and everyone is freaking out about it. This was easily, and still is probably going right now, easily the biggest story of the month. Silicon Valley Bank was susceptible to a bank runs when they had all of their liquid capital tied up in government bonds. The customers' monies, basically. And it's not just them. It's not like, they were doing shady things with the money. That's what all banks do. They take their customers' money. They don't have it liquid. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they put it into other things to try to make money.
They invest it to turn a profit. Right,
to turn a profit. The problem is that if they don't have that money liquid when all of their investors or the depositors come to get their money and they don't have it, like they are forced to instantly sell those bonds back at a loss, which forces the company to go under. So that is what happened. Actually, it started with Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren freaked everyone out. Everyone went to SVB, tried to get their money at the same time. They didn't have the funds. It was like up in the air whether SVB was going to be fine or not. They were trying to get buyers to buy out the whole bank. So they're the 16th largest bank in the United States. And obviously the FDIC $250,000 insurance wasn't going to cover $100 million or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So what happened is Joe Biden came and saved the bank, or like some legislation to make sure that like if any bank was going to be susceptible to these bank runs, they just bail all of them out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Well, the problem is like you can't bail out banks at the same time that you're trying to raise interest rates. Like you can't do the same thing. You can't give money and raise interest rates at the same time. It's like quantitative tightening and easing at the same time. Like you can't do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. You're just putting a Band-Aid on a worse problem. Like more of this is going to happen. And where do you think all the government's going to get all this money to bail all these people? They're not going to.
Yeah.
Like eventually this stuff's going to go haywire and we're going to be screwed. So people are taking the worst part about it is people are taking all their money like out of the smaller local banks and putting it into larger banks thinking they're going to be safe.
And they're not.
Well, and what you're looking at is the government is basically synonymous with the banks now. Like they're in the same bed. Like,
well, yeah, if they're
it's
just
the same
gonna
money,
bail
right?
them out every single time.
And then because the government is bailing out these banks, like the government's incentivizing the banks to become risky with their money. So then everyone can be risky with their money, and it doesn't mean anything to be disciplined and responsible with it as a business. I don't know. It's just really, really horrible. You're going to see more of this come. But anyways, the crypto market was crazy because of it, because in SVB, Circle had a whole bunch of funds, like $33 million of crypto in there. So USDC and DAI depegged from the dollar for a little bit. It looks like we're going to have more of this later on in the year, sooner rather than later. So we'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, it's a big deal. Janet Yellen says larger banks will get bailed out, but she kind of hints that the smaller banks won't. Which kind of throws,
oh my God,
which
of
kind,
course,
right,
of course.
which kind of throws all of these small businesses into a bus, and then helps out the big guy. So
Yeah.
It's kind of horrible. Here's a soundbite of her saying that.
Will the deposits in every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of their size, be fully insured now? Are they fully recovered? Every bank, every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of the size of the deposit, will they get the same treatment that SVB just got or Signature Bank just got?
A bank only gets that treatment if a majority of the FDIC board, a supermajority of the Fed board, and I, in consultation with the president, determine that the failure to protect uninsured depositors would create systemic risk and significant economic and financial consequences.
So what is your
we
plan?
made that determination.
Right. So what
these
is
two
your
banks.
plan to keep large depositors from moving their funds out of community banks into the big banks? We have seen the mergers of banks over the past decade. I'm concerned you're about to accelerate that by encouraging anyone who has a large deposit in a community bank to say, we're not going to make you whole, but if you go to one of our preferred banks, we will make you whole at that point.
Look, I mean, that's certainly not something that we're encouraging.
That is happening right now.
That is happening because depositors are concerned about the bank failures that have happened and whether or not other banks could also
No,
fail.
it's happening
And
because you're
it's-
fully insured no matter what the amount is if you're in a big bank. You're not fully insured if you're in a community bank.
Well,
Yeah. So Janet Yellen really knows what she's doing.
You know, we already killed small businesses with COVID, but the small banks survived somehow, and we really need to get rid of them. So we're not gonna help them out.
I don't know. Where our economy is gonna freaking burn soon. That's all I know.
You know what's hilarious? while you're talking, I just realized that at my former company, I was selling to Silicon Valley Bank.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely was.
Yeah.
It's a good thing they didn't buy it since, it was a member experience tool.
Well, there you go.
They probably their members would have left bad ratings. That's funny. Anywho, Chris Rock had a special on Netflix.
Comedy special.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Did you?
I did.
Was it good?
Wow. It was good. I did disagree with him on one thing. He brought up, it's a pretty political comedy special. He goes after both sides, per usual. Talks about, he talks a ton about woke culture, which is funny, how stupid it is and stuff. He jokes about abortion. It's where he lost me for a good, 10 plus minutes, just because we don't have the same views on it.
Yeah.
But it was really good. The favorite part, which, literally everyone is talking about, is when several points in the special, he'll make, an offhand comment about Will Smith. He'll make a comment about, not wanting to get punched.
Yeah.
Which, clearly we all know what that's about. And then the last 5 minutes of his special, he goes in on Will and Jada what's her name?
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Jada Pinkett Smith, yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. I
was
watching it on the airplane and I was dying laughing.
Yeah. Everyone's been waiting for him to say something to it. And no offense, but to Will anyways, but it kind of had all this coming. It's pretty public knowledge on what Jada is doing behind your back.
And he didn't even he makes fun of Will.
Yeah.
But he doesn't speak illy of him. And
it's in a comedic tone.
Oh, it's in a comedic tone. Honestly, he's calling Jada the ultimate bully and shit. And he ends it with everyone asked me why I didn't hit him back. And my parents taught me one thing when I was growing up. It's to not punch another kid in front of white people. And that's how he ended the special. I thought it was really good. I suggest people listen to it.
Okay, yeah. I'm just glad people are starting to fight, especially comedians are fighting back against the woke mob with some of this. Is because we will not have another golden age of comedy until we get back to what it means to be a comedian.
It's feeling very 2015, 2016 comedy again.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it gets back to the early days, you know.
Where you can make fun of everyone and it's totally okay.
Yeah.
He went after... He was joking about his kid. He was joking about his ex-wife. He was joking about woke people. I think he cracked some jokes about conservatives in there. It was really good.
Yeah.
Well done.
All right. Kansas passes a law to ban transgender athletes in women's sports. This is starting to happen kind of across the country in different places, just because people realize, hey, if you're a dude, you're going to destroy the women.
And hurt them.
This has actually been happening.
Yeah.
On Friday, March 10th, 2023, the Republican legislature of Kansas passed a bill that makes it illegal for athletes who are biologically male to compete in sports traditionally reserved for females. And then as a Democrat, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly will likely veto the legislation. Opponents of the bill argue that it is unnecessary because there are so few transgender students participating in interscholastic sports.
So few, but those few dominate the top of those sports. You have one transgender swimmer in the entire state. That transgender swimmer is beating out females for scholarships.
Well, and here's the thing. The bill, this whole idea, it's not supposed to be meant for the masses. It's specifically targeting the few transgenders that are playing. Yeah. The point is, it doesn't matter if it's for the masses or for one person. That one person who's a man is going to beat the living dog shit out of a woman.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you have a bunch of men or one dude. Mm-hmm. One dude, he's going to win. I'm sorry.
Well, exactly.
It's
there's
that's
so few,
a horrible
but
argument.
All of them are in the top 5% of each of their sports.
Right, that's a horrible argument. I don't care if you have 100 dudes or one dude. That one dude wins. That's pretty much statistically. If I had to put a bet, that I would bet on the dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a garbage argument.
I think it's seriously gonna take a female athlete getting seriously injured by one of these transgender
they have been getting pretty injured.
No, they have, but I'm saying like one of these women are gonna end up in like a fucking coma or something, and then they're gonna be like, oh, ooh.
No, they won't.
Yeah, their bone density is a little.
No, they won't. The leftists will not.
Well, I know. I think like liberals,
Oh,
like
liberal?
not leftists, but I think that's when
No,
like
I think liberals. Here's the other thing. I think liberals are starting to agree on this point. Like, I don't think this is a really strong point for liberals. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's more of a leftist thing. I think you can
yeah.
you have to reason that like women just generally women, unless of course you're a hardcore leftist modern feminist, you're gonna agree about women's safety in sports. Like generally, I don't think this is a strong point.
I don't know. I've seen like white suburban women taking the stance of like let the transgender athletes in there. Like,
yeah, but they're the leftists though. These are the
I guess,
leftist
yeah, you're
modern
true.
feminists.
Yeah.
They're not like if you had anyone speak the side of women in sports side to someone who's just right down the middle liberal, they're not
Oh,
gonna
well, yeah,
agree.
someone right down
That's
the middle.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. But if
Yeah.
you're you suburban white bitches,
I guess
like,
they are.
straight
Yeah, they're
up-
straight up leftist now.
Right, they're not even.
Ugh,
Yeah,
it's
suburban,
insane.
like literally suburban white bitches. That's like a subcategory right now. Straight
Yeah.
up, you know.
It's insane.
So yeah. All right.
Well, good for Kansas.
Moving on. So, what do you think about the incoming TikTok ban?
I mean, I use TikTok. I know the Chinese are spying on me. Do I think we should have TikTok? No, not really. I don't think we should have TikTok. So I'd be a lot more productive without it.
I was actually thinking about this today. So, I don't use TikTok at all. I'm not really a social media person unless it benefits me in some way. That's productive. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't really like Facebook. Twitter, I really like for crypto. Instagram, I just don't take the time to because unless it's like your profession, I don't see the benefit really in it. Mm-hmm. Because, like, the whole idea behind social media is so much of it has been to, like, showcase your how awesome your life is to other people. That's generally what it is, I would say. You have the few people that only post negative things, but that's few and far between. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think that's good for the human psyche.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're getting on to specifically communicate with a select few people that you communicate with on a regular basis, I don't think it's helpful. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I look at my friends list, for example, on Facebook, and it's like 200 people and less. Mm-hmm. And even those people, most of them I don't interact with.
Yeah.
I use my Facebook as like somewhere to store my photos so I can look at them in the previous years and message my friends on Messenger. And that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Even like how I use TikTok is definitely like how an old person uses TikTok. My TikTok is like healthy recipes, weight training, like exercises and workout ideas. And then it's wedding inspo and like corporate workwear.
well, there
Like
you go.
I have the most boring like old lady TikTok. Okay. Like my TikTok is, I don't think it I mean, I do waste a lot of time on it, but I don't think it's impacting me negatively because my TikTok is very curated to
yeah.
old person.
Here's
you
my-
know?
yeah, I was-
Versus like these younger people, like my siblings, seeing their TikToks, it's all like people talking about sleeping with different people. It's all these like TikTok dances. These like tiny like 14-year-olds doing TikTok
It's
dances.
like thirst vids and everything.
Yeah, like thirst traps and drama. Like a lot of like clips from podcasts are just like drama and like gossip.
Yeah, it's just horrible
And-
for mental, I think.
Yeah, and I think it like speaks volumes of this is a Chinese app, okay? I know we have lots of Chinese apps out there, like whatever. But it's a Chinese app and how the Chinese use TikTok is freaking amazing. Like I wish we had that option in the US. TikTok, if you're 18 or I believe you're under the age of 18, it automatically turns off at was it 9 or 10 p.m. each night. And then their TikTok is showing children different career paths they can go into. Like TikToks of a fucking scientist.
Yeah.
And like the day in my life as a scientist. Showing children what their career opportunities are. And learning things. And that's it.
Yeah,
It's
and
an educational tool. And when they brought it to the US, they're like, we're not going to do that. We're going to let you have full reign to make yourselves turn into complete idiots.
Nah, in America, we're going to have multiple different girls show you the different ways of sucking a dick.
Literally, that's on there.
For real.
There's like,
Yeah, so I don't know. So, anyways, I was thinking about this today. I was watching an interview with Piers Morgan and Ron DeSantis talking about TikTok.
ooh, okay.
And he was asked whether, if he had the choice, whether he would ban TikTok or not.
He asked Ron that.
Yes.
What did he say?
What do you think he said?
No, if we used it like the Chinese. Does he have the same
No,
answer
just
as me?
no or yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he would ban it.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was looking at like this. Is like, okay, freedom of speech, TikTok, I don't really agree with banning something like that. But then you also, as a government, you have a responsibility to protect your citizens. If they're actually spying on you and they think it's like a national threat, then yeah, you don't have a choice. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's like the government's protection over you supersedes the ability to have this random. First of all, it's a Chinese company in the first whatever, so it's not even American. And then if you want something that's not Chinese, why don't we just make our own TikTok? How about that?
Yeah.
Like, you see how successful TikTok
Elon,
is. Just ban
bring
TikTok.
back Vine.
Well, and that's the other thing. It's like, okay, we banned TikTok in the United States. You don't think anyone's gonna look for an alternative?
Oh, an
Like,
American
what?
company will immediately
That's
jump
what I'm
on
saying.
that.
Just freaking Twitter, make Vine, and everyone will go back to Vine because that's what they wanted anyways back in the day.
And
so.
there's several American companies who've already have features that are similar to TikTok. So Instagram heavily favors Reels. So Instagram prioritizes when people post Reels versus photos. Reels is like a short video, exactly like TikTok. YouTube prioritizes heavily YouTube Shorts or YouTube Clips. And again, it's like the same like TikTok
Yeah.
style video. Hell, most TikToks made are end up posted on Facebook anyways. So,
Yeah, I just think you have to rebrand. I think Vine, if it came back, would be insane.
well, that's Elon. He owns it.
Yeah. So I don't know. No, he's bringing back Vine. I guarantee you. Elon's bringing back Vine.
He needs to.
100%. Okay, anyways, so the middle of March, 6 additional senators approved the bipartisan legislation that would give President Joe Biden the authority to prohibit TikTok unless Chinese owners divest their stakes in the company. 12 senators, led by Democrat Mark Warner and Republican John Thune, unveiled legislation sponsored by the White House to allow the Commerce Department to regulate TikTok.
Okay, I have some questions.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a bipartisan legislation.
Oh, yeah, no, they're
That's
both...
really nice.
Yes, so both Democrats and Republicans are interested in getting rid of it. It's that, which is really cool that they're actually agreeing on this.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But then you have like some fucking idiots like AOC like rallying against it, and she doesn't even know why. She doesn't even have a good argument. She just
likes to use it.
Yes, that's exactly it. You know what her rationale was why we shouldn't get rid of it?
Why?
Because it's popular.
So was being a Nazi, but we got rid of that pretty quick. So was being racist.
I just think
we got rid of that pretty quick.
You don't have a choice. As a government, one of your actual responsibilities is protecting your citizens. If they're actually spying and keeping our data to use for whatever they would like it to, like, we have a responsibility, the government does, to stop that.
Yeah.
They don't. Our data is not their data.
I'm curious about the wording, allow the Commerce Department to regulate TikTok. That makes me a little nervous. Like, I want the U.S. government to either completely ban it or have an American version and let it run free. I think the regulation makes me nervous about freedom of speech.
Well, it's no different than all of your other social platforms right now. They're all the same. The freedom of speech problems.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference? You know, I just think, like, I don't know. I've never been a real fan of
Get rid of
TikTok
it.
anyways, so whatever happens, I don't care. I know everyone's up in arms about it, but as someone who doesn't use it, I don't really give a shit.
I use it. I like it. I know it's bad for me.
It's probably,
you can get rid
in your
of it.
position, it's probably a good thing it gets banned. Well, here's the thing. 90 minutes on average a day. People that use TikTok spend on TikTok 90 minutes out of their entire day, every single day.
It's a long
Like,
time.
what is that? 90 times 7? Like, what is that? 6 hours a week or something? 7 hours?
Yeah.
No, it's longer than that.
That's more than
I don't even know. I don't even know how much it is. It's ridiculous. It's a waste of time, waste of productivity. Okay. Moving on to Steven Crowder returned with his Louder with Crowder show on Rumble. Mm-hmm. If you didn't know about it, it's back. I haven't watched it but his first show brought 2 million concurrent viewers, which is pretty insane for Rumble.
It is
That's
good for
like-
Rumble.
Yeah, concurrent at the same time. That's pretty insane. Even on YouTube, it's hard to get that many people at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot.
I mean, I would like to see like what it is like 2 months from now, how his numbers stay consistent. Like,
Well,
how-
that was the first episode. So,
exactly first episode after the whole shebang. So
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
interested
see.
to see what his numbers are in a month. But that's great for Rumble. It's more eyes on that platform.
Yeah.
It's a good platform. I like using it.
Well, my thing is like, I think people are starting, if someone like that can go and completely, the thing is, he's still on YouTube. So,
Ugh.
like, that's the other
He
thing.
should have
is,
just
like,
committed and he should
right,
have went
that's-
off YouTube.
Right, that's my thing. It's like, bro, this whole Rumble thing, then go to Rumble and do that, you know? And, like, I think he should have done his own hosting and everything, had his own website, not been on anything. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
But he went to Rumble, so good for them. So hopefully we can see more people move from YouTube to Rumble because of the free speech issue.
Nice.
Tucker Carlson was in the news a lot this month
Why?
because the GOP handed over 41,000 hours of January 6th footage for him to comb through.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's what is he finding? Is he airing it?
Oh, yeah, every night. You can watch it for like 3 hours worth every night.
You just watched 3 hours worth
No,
of that,
and
dude.
everyone's pissed that Mitch McConnell's really pissed, and he's GOP. Really pissed.
Why?
He was threatened. Someone threatened McCarthy for giving it up
Why are they mad about
because they
showing
don't want anyone to see it because of the stuff you're starting to see. You're starting to see that a lot of it was orchestrated. The January 6th stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the police let them in and brought them in and escorted them in.
I'm
That
sorry,
like all this.
but
Yeah.
you and I already knew this. Literally,
I know it. We all.
like
I know that's what
what
I'm saying. is that-
2 years
Yeah,
ago
no.
now.
So people are seeing like, oh my god, it's a big joke, and yeah. I already knew it was a joke when it happened.
Exactly.
It's like literally, it wasn't dangerous. One person was killed, and the one person was killed wasn't even by like it was.
That was one of the people that walked in.
No, it was a cop.
That cop died after the fact.
Oh.
Wasn't
yeah. Either
related.
way, so like it's such a joke. The whole thing was a freaking joke.
Yes. That makes me happy. Tucker's showing it.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad everyone's seeing it. So
I just don't know why if you're a Democrat or like a leftist, I understand why you're pissed.
yeah, and it's
because
like
it goes against like your motive. But why is Mitch McConnell pissed about it?
I don't know. Well, just because he thinks it was irresponsible to show private footage to the public. I'm just like, no,
It
that's
happened on public property.
no, that's what we want to see. I'm like, people should see the footage and know what the truth is. Like,
Yeah, people should
you're
see the
pissed that
truth
people have seen the
regardless.
truth. Yeah. There's a couple other things. Like, there was an officer that was working at the building. In order to get in the building, he wore a Trump MAGA hat
Mm-hmm.
so that he could get in. He was worried that as an officer, he was in his uniform, that he would
Mm-hmm.
have been stopped and not let in the building. So he got a Trump hat so that all of the people would think he was on a side, got in. He got fired for wearing that Trump hat.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
I mean, I would have done the same thing.
He got
Been
fired for
like,
wearing
this
a
is
Trump
the
hat.
easiest way for me to get into
Yeah.
work today.
Yep, because he got in there. Once he got in there, he was able to successfully escort all of the government officials from their office to safety. He was the one person who did it. He was asking them on the radio,
Oh my
are we going to
God.
escort these people? And they didn't say anything, meaning I think they wanted something to go down. And
And
he's one of the
he
people, he
prevented it.
disregarded his rules, escorted them all out.
Because safety was his top priority.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got fired.
Yep. I think there was more beyond.
Oh,
You can
I
see it.
think
This
there's
is-
some
yeah.
huge, giant conspiracy behind this. And we'll find out like 10 years from now,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But
Yep. Some pretty cool stuff.
even cooler.
Yes, even cooler. Mayor Lori Lightfoot, or no longer mayor, loses her bid in a landslide, and then she blames it on systemic racism because she only got 7% of the vote to reelect.
So I think this is what happens when there's so many shootings every single day and rioting.
Yeah, it's like
And
30 to 40
Black Lives Matter.
shootings a day or something.
Yeah.
Or a weekend. Every weekend, it's like 30 to 40 shootings. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is what happens when you don't think crime exists and you let it overtake your entire city. Yes.
Yep. So, anyways, she's out.
Thank
Only
God.
17% of the vote.
That's terrible.
Yeah, she did not look very happy. I mean, thank God we have her
See,
lesbian black ass out of there.
I think the tides are turning.
What?
I think the tides are turning.
I mean, Yeah, she was
Comedy,
so,
making
first
fun
all,
of everyone again.
She was super racist, first of all.
Yeah, she was the one that we talked about, a year or so ago, that would only allow people of color to interview her.
Yeah, super racist. I don't know. She's gone. So good for Chicago. Maybe they can get someone much better. Probably not, but maybe
Honestly,
we'll see.
anyone's better than her.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Kayla Lemieux. Lemieux? Lemieux. I don't know.
That is not how you pronounce it.
Lemieux. I would say Lemieux, right? Lemieux. Okay. So, if you don't know who Kayla is a Canadian high school teacher who went viral a few months back for wearing huge, Z-sized, gigantic breasts in her classroom.
We all saw the pictures.
We all
know who we're talking
She's
about.
got some diamond frickin' nipples that can cut glass, okay? It's a dude who's wearing these tits, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, wow, look at you using the pronouns. So respectful.
Yeah, so anyways, this dude was placed on leave after the Post, which is like a news organization, revealed that he doesn't always don the Z-cup prosthetics outside of school. So he was caught, I guess, walking down the street with these Z-sized titties, going into his place, taking them off, and then like a little bit later leaving and going to the grocery store as a normal dude without anything on. He only wears the tits for the kids.
I feel like that means something is wrong with him.
Yeah, in a recent interview with the Post, Lemieux flatly denied wearing the fake boobs, saying, "I'm not wearing prosthetic breasts. These are real. My condition is classified as gigantomastia, which can also be referred to as macromastia or breast hypertrophy." He said, she said, whatever. Although she denied having any proof of the condition.
Who has a medical condition? Okay, who has breast hypertrophy?
Hypertrophy?
Hypertrophy. And then can just take them off when they're like, I'm about to have a really heavy grocery load. Can't have these weighing me down.
Well, that's what
I wish I could do that.
Psychologically messed up. Like mental issues. Like this dude thinks these tits are real. Like straight up, he thinks
to be in a facility.
Yeah, like the dude.
And then he was around children. Like,
yeah, no, that's the
so messed up.
It's really messed up because if you think about it, like, yeah, it's just messed up. I don't understand. It's like one of these things. It's like why people are so into having like drag queen story. Like, what, you can't read to anyone else. You got to read to little kids. Like, why are people so into like having men dressed as women or whatever and reading to little kids? Like, drag queens are sexualized. That's what part of it. Why are we doing this to kids? Like, why do people have a problem with us outlawing this?
We were like,
what is wrong with you?
We're not sexualizing children. You're wearing giant tits in front of a child. Like, I think that's sexualizing.
Well, oh man, these people are fucking nuts. They're absolutely nuts. Okay. Last couple stories here. CNN Dom Lemon says Nikki Haley is out of her prime on air and gets suspended for it.
I'm surprised they suspended him for it.
I'm not. The women were pissed.
Oh, that's true.
It's the leftists eating their own. That's what this is.
Oh, yeah. It's women getting pissed at a man saying, like, a woman that's, like, looking like that in her 50s is too old.
No, that's what he said. He's like, yeah, she's out of her prime. He's like, and then he tried to walk it back.
Don, you're probably older than her.
Yeah. Here's a clip of him trying to walk himself out of this hole that he's dug for himself.
I think it's the wrong road to go down. She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking?
Wait. That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. So I got another.
I'm not saying
decade.
I agree with that. So I think she has to be careful.
Yeah, good for you, Don Lemon. Good for you. Golf claps. Golf claps all around. I don't know. He's always been an idiot. You don't think women are going to get pissed? Even the feminists. Like, you managed to piss off the feminists here, bro.
That takes talent.
Yeah.
That feminists were rooting for a conservative woman. That's how bad you pissed them off.
Yep. Wow.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And the last story that we all have known for years
Oh
now.
my God. 3 year. It's like the 3-year anniversary right now.
Yep.
Government officials say COVID came from the Wuhan lab.
As we all expected.
Oh my God. Shocking. Who would have thunk? I don't know. Donald frickin' Trump.
Yeah.
Everyone on the planet.
You know what's really funny? Okay.
It didn't come from a bat.
You know what I think is funny about all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that we knew to be true, that the news stations and the media, it's their job to research and try to tell you what the truth is, or at least the
investigative journalism.
Right, investigate and provide you what they believe all of their research is. Right?
Yeah.
They're the ones who have gotten everything wrong when it comes to like Joe Rogan and ivermectin and COVID and this freaking lab thing and what the freaking Trump and the freaking Steele dossier, the vaccine. Like, they're wrong about all this shit. Everything. Guys, I don't even know what to say. I'm just telling you. Like,
we'll end on the note that we were right.
Are we awake yet? Are we waking up? For the love of God!
I just want to be in the homes of these people sitting in their house watching CNN and being like, "Oh my God, honey, did you see they found out it's the Wuhan labs? Who would ever thought that?"
No shit.
Like, I don't know anyone that to this day was still believing it was a wet market.
Freaking leftists believe everything that the media tells them, so they're like, we didn't know at the time after much research, but we figured it out. No,
our bad.
We all knew and we told you a long time ago. Either way.
So funny.
That was an excellent monthly scoop.
Yeah, lots of stuff we went over.
Yeah.
Lots of things. Who knows what April's going to hold?
Felt really good about that. Well, April will hold our Races Reversed episode, firstly.
Yes.
That's going to be an epic, slightly depressing episode about how the media treats white people different than everyone else. And Asians, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. But we'll highlight that on our next episode. What did you guys think on all of our socials?
Let us know if we missed any stories. And as always, we have bi-weekly show uploads on Wednesdays. Season 4, Episode 5 is going to be on April 12th.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Strive Nation podcast with your hosts, Cory, Estreen, and Taylor Huff.
Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strive Nation Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Join us for our next episode in 2 weeks. And remember, when the world is upside down, Strive Nation is right side up for you guys. Have a good one.